Welcome to my gluten-free kitchen. Today we are making 2-ingredient gluten-free biscuits. That's right, just 2 ingredients and gluten-free biscuits. I don't know about you, but I am from the South and biscuits are a part of our life. And when I found out that I may never get to eat breads and things of that nature again, one of the biggest drawbacks for me was the fact that I may not get to get biscuits anymore. But 2 ingredients and you can have gluten-free biscuits too. All you need is self-rising gluten-free flour and heavy whipping cream. So let me go to the pantry and get that self-rising gluten-free flour. Oh yeah, they don't sell that. They do not, well, they can't, they do, but it's $18 a pound. Ain't nobody got time for that. So what I'm going to do today actually is show you how to make gluten-free self-rising flour so that you can use that anytime you have a recipe for self-rising flour. And then I will show y'all in a very immediate video, 2-step, 2-ingredient gluten-free biscuits. So we are going to start off with some 1-to-1 flour. All right. And let me get a bowl. I am so prepared today. Wow. Sorry about that. Okay. So the way you do this, I actually have a container to put mine in, but if you want to do just a batch at a time, it is 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of gluten-free 1-to-1 flour. For every 1 cup, you've got 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, baking powder is supposed to last for a long time, but I recently saw a video that says it actually only lasts about 6 months. So whether or not you want to, which rule of thumb you want to go with, that's up to you. However, I'm going to show you a quick test to show whether or not your baking powder is still good or not. So I've got just a simple glass. I'm going to fill it up with hot water right quick. Thank God for instant hot water. So I got my hot water here. Let's see if you can still see it. Yep, okay. So, and then just a little bit of, so if you put it in there and it fizzes like an Alka-Seltzer, it's still good. So we are good with our baking powder. I'm just going to pour that out. So for every 1 cup, I should be able to get 4 cups out of this bag. And you never want to like cram it in there. The best way to do that is actually spoon it in there. That way you're not compacting it and you're getting the right amount. That is one thing that a lot of people actually mess up when they're dipping out flour. So I'm just going to use a smaller one. Reach in there. Yeah, okay. I was like, wait a second, I screwed something up. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay, so that's 1. We'll come back. So this one bag, 4 cups of flour. So since I put 4 cups in, now I am going to put 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder per cup. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Yes, I could, let's just do that. A teaspoon of salt, because I did 4, but it's 1/4 teaspoon per, you know what? We'll just do this twice because I'm not going to go fishing for it right now. So that's 4 1/4 teaspoons of salt. And then you just want to mix that really well. Mix it up. Make sure that all of the ingredients get mixed in together. And then I'm going to use this for the interest of being neat. I'm just going to put this in my jar. And that is how you make self-rising, gluten-free flour ready for any recipe that you have that calls for self-rising flour. And because this is a 1-to-1, any recipe that you have that calls for regular self-rising flour, just use your gluten-free self-rising flour, because it is a 1-to-1, and you should be good. So we will do the 2-ingredient biscuits next. Thank y'all for joining me. If you're liking this content, please subscribe, please like and follow, do all the things depending on what platform you're watching me on. And remember, I love you, and most importantly, Jesus loves you. Y'all have a good day.